This is I think this might be one of the coolest UFO documented accounts that I've ever seen. I didn't understand there was so much to this until I started researching it. Do you want to hear the very beginning audio clips of what they went through?
I do. I'm afraid, but I do.
The call started rolling into 911 operator Roy Ann Rudolph. Residents reported seeing a strange, brightly lit object hovering in the sky.
County Dispatch, may I help you?
Yeah, did you get any reports of any object in the air about 15 minutes ago?
Somebody called in, but I really don't know what that would be.
Yeah, I mean, it was very strange.
Okay.
Looked like a back end of like one of them fighter planes, like the plane coming out the back.
Okay. Was it just like moving at a slow rate of speed?
It wasn't a slow rate, it was a fast rate, but it was coming down.
It was coming down?
Yeah.
Like straight down or at an angle?
Like an angle.
At an angle?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it wasn't real big in the back.
Okay.
Plane.
All right. I'll tell you what, we'll check with the Air Base in Vienna and see if they have any report of anything in the area.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Roy Ann Rudolph fielded these calls with growing curiosity and skepticism. Initially thought to be a prank or a mistake, the volume and consistency of the reports soon painted a different picture. From lights that danced in the night to silent, mysterious crafts, the community's eyes were turned upwards.
Oh, yeah. Yep. I can tell this is going to be something.
This is pretty cool. So, and that was the second call that actually came in. Now, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of an idea of what's going on, because I've heard some podcasts on this. None of them covered, because when I was creating mine, I always create mine first, and then I kind of go around. I see, is there something I missed that another podcast covered? I was honestly surprised. Not a lot of podcasts on this.
Yeah, we seem to find that on other episodes that we've done, that everyone does sort of the same story, but then there's other parts that seem to get left out, even when they're really good.
Yes, agreed. Now, there was one podcast that did it. Okay, they used some of the audio files that I'm using. They use some different audio files. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Everyone, each their own. But
right.
He left out one big thing that I found in the research. They're getting these calls on December 14th. On December 13th, they also got calls about an unidentified flying object.
So this was a multiple night event then.
The police went out, couldn't find anything, and was like, these are just people that think they see something. Another thing that I don't think a lot of people will take into account, because it's 2024 and the younger crowd that's going to potentially be listening to this. Back in this day, people had scanners.
Right.
And it was a hobby for people to listen to the police scanner.
And now we didn't do that, but I know people who did, and that was like their, gather around the scanner at night, like the next iteration of radio stories or something.
Correct. We had them when I was a kid. Yeah. So we would sometimes listen. My grandparents and my uncles were all into it.
Oh, really?
It's like one of their favorite things to do. Yeah, big time into it. Like they had the code sheets, like when they would be like, that's a 1027 or whatever. They knew exactly what it was.
You guys are nosy.
Yeah, we want to know what's going on, brother.
I guess so. Yeah.
But it's amazing to me because to understand this story, you have to understand people would listen to these scanners. So there's going to be sections of the story we're going to hear the police be very skeptical. And it's because they're thinking other people's just listening to this on a scanner and then calling in to say that they saw something.
Right.
So they're not taking a lot of this as the gospel.